Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will see what is friend functions in C++. As we know that in C++, we cannot access private data outside the class. But in some extent, if we want to access the private data outside the class, so there should be any provision. For example, where we need the private data outside the class. For example, if we have a bike, so that bike is accessible to only our family members. But if we want to give our bike to our friend, so at that time, do we share our bike or not? So obviously yes. The same concept is that if we want to access some data to some of the classes, so the private data is accessible outside the class, but only in some extent. So that is just possible because of friend function. So it is just a normal function which is preceded by the keyword friend is called as friend function. But if we want to access the data outside the class using friend function, so there we have to follow some kind of the rules. So what are the rules of friend functions? So these are the rules, or we can say characteristics of friend function, that using friend function we can access private data outside the class. Yes, we can access private data as well as protected data also we can access outside the class. Now, friend function is declared inside the class. So this function is declared inside the class and defined outside the class. So in general terminologies, we have to follow this kind of syntax, that we have to declare this function inside the class and define this function outside the class. Second thing is that we can define this function inside the class also. But just to differentiate other functions with the friend function, we will define it outside the class. Or what is the other purpose to define it outside the class, we will see in next slide. Third property says that it can be public or private. So in the public we can write this friend function, or under the private access specifier we can write this friend function, or either in a protected mode also. There will not be any issue. Another characteristic is that friend function has a objects as an argument. So this function is taking the arguments but as a objects. As we know that in operator overloading, the operator overloading takes the argument as a objects of its class. So same concept here. The friend function will also access arguments as objects of its class. Another property is that it should use the dot operator to access the class members. For example, if we want to access the data member from a class into the friend function, so at that time we have to use the dot operator using this object that we have created under the friend function, that we will see into the next slide. Another property says that it cannot be called using dot and object of that class. So that means friend function is not called using dot operator. Just like, for example, if we have the function display, so how we call the display function from a class student? So we have the student as object and we write as dot display, right? But when we use the friend function, so we will not use any kind of the dot operator or any object. So we'll directly call this friend function. For example, if display is a friend function, so we'll call directly as a function name with the arguments. Or we can call this function as an inline also. So what is inline, that we will see into the program. Now we will move toward the syntax of friend function. So this is the syntax of friend function. As we said earlier, the function is declared inside the class and defined outside the class. So here class test is there. There are some kind of the private data or may not be present. Under the public section we have declared the friend function. So here function name is there. It is taking the arguments of the objects with the semicolon. Semicolon indicates it is just declared here. The function is having its return type preceded by the keyword friend. If the function is preceded by the keyword friend, so that function becomes friend function. Now the class is end over here. Now this function is defined outside the class. So remember one thing, while defining this function outside the class, we don't have to write friend function again. So here we don't write friend, directly we write the syntax as it is, that is return type of this function, then function name and objects as the arguments. Then the body of this friend function. So again I am repeating, while defining this function we will not write friend keyword again. Okay. Now we will move towards the syntax again. So here the friend function is declared here and the friend function is defined outside the class. So we'll move towards the program directly. So to write any program we have to include a header files first. So hash include iostring.h. Then next header file is hash include conio.h. What is the use of iostream and conio is already explained in previous lectures. You can go through it. So here we will take one class same as a test. So under private, if we write this keyword or didn't write, it is by default a private. So for example, if it is an integer, a is there and b is there, two data members are there, and under the public section we will write void input. So input function will take the data from the user, or we will directly put the values of a and b also. So cout, enter the values of a and b, then cin first value should be stored in a, second will be into b. Now we want to do the addition. Now addition is the function, that is the friend function. So syntax is friend is a keyword, return type. For example, this function is not returning anything, so void. For example, the function name is add and the argument is object. So the class name is test, we have the object t. Now the function is only declared here. Okay. Now outside the class we will define this function. So again, while defining this function, friend is not used. So directly void add test. Now what the property says that if we want to access the a and b from the class test using this object t, so we have to use the dot operator at that time. So if we want to do the addition, so integer let's say z is there, which will store the addition of a and b. So t dot a, so t is the object which accesses the value of a here. So t dot a plus t dot b, which will access the value of b, and it will show the addition that addition is, which is stored into the variable z, right? So that is the friend function that we have defined it outside the class. Now in the main function, clr function will clear the output. Then we have to call the input function first. So we will create the object of class t and t dot input function will be called. It will take the value of a and b and will be stored into the reference of t, right? Into next lecture we will just discuss what the object will do. Now we have to call the friend function. So without using any dot operator, any object, we can directly call the friend function. So the friend function name is add here, right? So we'll directly write add without any object and dot operator. Now add function, we will pass the object to the add function. Now the t object contains the value of a and b's. So this t will pass here and semicolon. Next is get ch and return 0. Let's save the program. .cpp extension. Let's compile the program. Now run the program. So enter the values of a and b. We will first enter the value as 10. Second value will be as a 20. So the addition is 30, right? So a and b are the private data, and this private data are accessed outside the class. So these private data are accessible outside the class just because of this friend function. So that is the purpose of friend function, that using this function we can access private data outside the class. There is another purpose of friend function, that for example this is class A and this is class B, and this class A contains a variable or a member A, small a, and this is the data member contains small b. If we want to check which number is greater, whether A is greater or B is greater, and both these A and B are private, so that means this is not accessible outside the class, right? So what we will do, so to access this A, we want a friend function for this class, right? And to access this private data outside the class, we again require a friend function. And if we want to do the maximum or minimization of this data member, that means to find the minimum or maximum, we require another function, that is max or min. So there we required 1, 2 and 3 functions, right? But using the friend function we can skip this work. That means if we use friend function inside this class and same friend function inside this class, the same friend function is defined outside the class. So using a single friend function we can access the data from all the classes, right? So that is the second intention that we have to do, that we access the private data of number of classes. So same program we will take. So here we will take a class test1. Okay, so this class test1 is having one data member A. It will ask us enter the value of A or enter one number. Next the value will be stored into the A. Next friend function is declared only. Okay, so same class test T1 is there. Just to save the time I will just copy and paste here. So here we have class test T1, here we have class test T2, and again we have the data member as a B, and this function is a input 1, and let's say this is the input 2 function is there. So again it will ask us enter one number, so this number will be stored into the data member B, and the friend function is common for both the classes. So add is a friend function which is taking the two argument, that is test one function class is there having the object t1, comma test 2 is the class having the object t2, and same function is available in another class, that is test1 is having object t1, comma test2 having object t2. So that means in both the classes, so that means in test1 and test2 this function is common, add function is common, which is a friend function, and this function is only declared inside this both the classes. Now we will define this function outside the class. So again return type is void, function name is add, first object is test t1, comma second is test t2. Now we want the A data member from t1, so integer z will be the variable which will add the two numbers or store the addition. So first number we are getting by the object t1 dot a, plus second object we are getting t2 dot b. So A is getting from t1 object and B is getting from t2 object. Next addition is z, that means z is stored for the addition. Now what we will do, we will create the object of test test1 t1 and test2 t2. Two objects we have created. First we will call the input function. So t1 dot input 1 is there. So input function is called for t1 object. Now t2 dot input. So this input function input 2 is called for the t2 object. So t1 object is having one value a, t2 object is having one input value b. Now we have to add these objects. So that is add t1 comma t2. So add is a friend function. t1 value will be passed to this t1, t2 will be passed to this t2, and the input that we have given will be passed to t1 and t2. Next, add function is called getch and return 0. So one thing is remain. We will save this program again. If we compile this program, we will get two errors. So it is expected t2. That means look at here for the class test1. It is saying that I am not getting any reference for test2. Yes. For test2 we are already created test1, so we will not having any error, but for the test2 we are getting here one error. So how to resolve this error? Just declare the class test2 by semicolon, only declare this. Now compile this. Something is missing. Sorry. Input 1 is in test1, input 2 is in test2. Test2 is the class, right? Okay. Then we will execute, enter one number. So for example, we will enter 15. Sorry, second value we have not taken as a b, we have taken it as a itself. C and b. Then it will ask us the enter one number. We will enter here this time 24 or 25. So the addition is 40. So the first value 15 will be going into the test T1 class, 25 will go into the class T2, and this will do the addition. Okay, so using a single friend function we can take the data from both the classes. So test1 is having the private data and test2 is also having a private data. So both these classes private data we have access using a single friend function. So that is the concept. So if you like this video, so kindly like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.